something that a lot of people talk about daily is, relationship goals. Things that they want to see accomplished, things that they want to see their relationship bear fruit to, things that they want to see their friendships accomplish and bear fruit to. And the thing is, you've got two types of people when it comes to friendship goals or relationship goals. You have people that are conditional, or people that are self-guarding. Okay? So you got the individuals that are conditional, which are the people that say, well, so long as ... I will then ... And the problem with that way of thinking is that your friendship or relationship will never be 100% effort on both sides. You'll only get X amount of effort on both ends, because while you're holding back, they're going to hold back, and then the more you hold back, the more they hold back, and it becomes a giant back and forth where you go to odds with each other. Then you have the self-preservation people. The people that are like, well, I'm going to keep this wall up, and I'm going to keep this wall up, because if I keep those two walls up, I'll be safe no matter what goes down. Whether it's, friendship, relationship, doesn't really matter. Criteria still fits the same. It doesn't change anything. And the problem with that way of thinking is that walls don't protect you. Boundaries protect you. Boundaries are things that people can get through so long as the correct amount of trust is established. Walls, however, doesn't really matter how much trust you have, doesn't matter what your relationship looks like, doesn't matter how close you guys are, it just does not matter. A wall is a wall that nobody can scale, that no one can climb, that is there to just stop whoever comes in contact with it. Boundaries, however, put a significance on a part of you, whether it be, your financial whatevers, your personal life, like history, your personal history, situations, things that you don't want to talk about unless you know that person's trustworthy. And people with boundaries are okay. Conditional relationships, never okay? So if you're a conditional person, I'm not trying to rip on you, but conditional relationships never work out. Conditional relationships don't work out. Conditional friendships never work out. And the reason why is because it's a very selfish, self-maintaining way of running any kind of connection with anybody. So if, I'm stepping on your toes, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make you mad. I'm not trying to dig at you. I'm just being honest with you and letting you know, like, you need to really self-assess how you treat others in your friendships and relationships, because if you're doing it in a conditional way, man, you're missing out on a lot of the amazing things that you could be expressing, feeling, and just the overall health of having really, really awesome friendships and relationships. The biggest thing, man, is boundaries. Set up boundaries and set up expectations. Like, when it comes to your relationships and your friendships, set up expectations. And what I mean by expectations is, like, this is what I look for in the person I want to try to spend my forever with. And make them generic. Don't be all specific and make it to where, like, it's not real, it's not possible. Be generic about it, but be authentic in it. Like, they obviously got to be a good person. I got to enjoy spending time with them. We have to be of the same belief or, like, belief situation so that, there's no religious bumping of fists. But probably one of the worst things I hear, and this is like, I'm not trying to hurt feelings. Like, I'm not trying to step on anybody. But it's a reality. Like, one of the worst things that I hear is the people that have the crazy expectations. Like, they got to make X amount of money a year. They got to be comfortable with me doing this thing and that thing. And they have to be willing to accept this. And they have to, you know, the reality is this, okay? We live in a world full of people. Like, there are billions of people in the world. No one is ever going to fully fit your expectations, your standards. Like, that's just not reality. But you can come close. You can come close so long as you have the right approach and the right, you know, generalized concept of what you're looking for. Kind of the reason I wanted to touch on this in this video is just because a lot of people, you know, my daughters included, like everybody, I keep hearing people talk about like friendships and what they look for in friendships. And the thing is, friendships have to be authentic and they have to be real, and there has to be a complete equal give and take, and there's got to be a lot of that, you know, a lot of different things that make that friendship up factor into whether that friendship's worth your time or not. And the reality is this: the only way you'll be able to get a full grasp of that is if you do a self-assessment on yourself and how you treat people and how you do friendships and how you do relationships and what you look for and what your standard is and how you treat people. Because the reality is, a lot of times the way you treat people dictates and determines how others treat you. So, with all this being said, really think about it. Like, think about your friendships. Think about the people that you're closest to. Think about your significant other, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever that looks like for you. Think about those people, and then I want you to sit back and I want you to think, like, what do I expect out of these relationships, and what of those expectations am I doing for myself? Like, am I actually fulfilling those expectations on my side? Then, you know, you might get a better grasp of what you need to do to get your friendships or your relationship back on track. And maybe you need to cut the fat, man. Maybe there's some people out there that you need to say bye to. I posted a video a while back talking about toxic relationships, friendships, and family for that matter. Go back and watch that video. There's a lot of relationships that you might just need to let go of. And there's a lot of relationships that you might just need to give more attention to because you're not fulfilling your expectations on your side of the fence. Man, it's Friday. I hope you guys have a blessed day, an amazing weekend ahead of you. Keep hustling hard. Keep striving for your goals because you can accomplish them as long as you're willing to put in the work, man. I'm telling you. I love you all. God bless. I'm out.